Today we're going to switch out the LEDs in my dash cluster here. First we got to take the dash apart so we can get to the lights themselves. So there's a couple screws in here. I don't know, kind of hard to see, but one, two. Alright, now we just pull this out to the side. Hopefully it gets around my turbo. Okay. There we go. Slides out like that. And then there's a few more screws in here. There's one in here, and one up here, and one on the other side. Ooh, I gotta clean out the back of this too. Do that before we put it all back together. That'll just come out with this. So this slides out the same way the other part did. So there's 3 plugs in the back here that we've got to take out and unplug before we can get everything else out. Now if you hit all the turn signals and dash buttons, it's not really a big deal. Alright, so you can kind of see the first one of them here. Maybe. So we're just gonna pull this guy out. Just like that. The other two. Maybe. Thank you.
What is it, like a metallic or like flat?
It's a matte color, matte finish, yeah.
Okay, I like it.
Thanks, man. It's always nice to hear when someone likes your car. Alright. Go. 2 of them. There are little tabs, little plastic tabs on the back of these. You kind of have to press down as you pull out. Make it kind of difficult. Alright, so finally got it out. This is what your inside of your dash looks like. These are those green wires I was wrestling with, and these are the little plastic tabs. You kind of just push them in and it pushes the connector out of the port. Alright, so now we're going to take this inside and get it all cleaned up and change the lights and reinstall it. Alright, so Tyler's going to help me out with this part. Here we are. We've got the instrument cluster out of the car, so we're going to take it apart. Tyler's going to help me out and kind of tell you guys what's going on, because I'm not very good at talking while I work, so she's going to take care of that for me. So I guess our first step here is going to be to take off this clear face. So
it has 6 plastic tabs, starting with the edge and working into the middle to take it off.
So pop them off all nice and even. They don't stick too much, which is kind of nice.
Probably the easiest part of today's little episode.
Probably. This might be more complicated than even we think it will be. Maybe. Oh, there it goes.
Got it?
Yeah. Woo! Then we can just set this aside. So we don't need that quite yet. Next, we've got this other panel, the first face panel sort of thing. This whole piece comes off. That's what we're gonna do next.
And this one has 4 tabs that basically do the same thing.
Alright. Oh boy, this one's even easier than the other one.
You say that now?
I do say that now.
Just jinx yourself. Voila.
Alright, so we don't need this either. Go ahead and set that aside too. Remember, I think this one just lifts out. Nice and gentle like. Don't really need this one, except we may need to clean off some of the paint on these indicators back here if we really want our light to shine through. We'll see how it is. Okay. Alright, so now we have to take off this back white plastic part. So again, we have to be really careful with these gauges because they're so sensitive, so find a good place to hold it and don't let your fingers move.
Touching the needles on the gauge base can kind of mess up the whole cluster forever. Forever.
Alright, so this back white panel comes off pretty much the same way.
This one has 10 tabs.
Getting way more complicated. There we go. These ones are easier than the other ones because they're all, I guess you would call them male tabs. There's also 3 in the center. Use our little screwdriver and kind of pry them apart gently, ever so gently. Alright. There we go. Will you take that from me? Thank you. Alright, and this is the back of our instrument panel. So now the fun part. We have to do this without touching those needles. So there's some little tabs that poke out. There's 4 of them. And
There are 4 sets of tabs coming through the PCB. These kind of hold the gauge face in place, basically. You definitely want to be very careful taking this off.
so these are just little bend tabs that we just undo. Oh, there we go. There we go.
So when laying the gauge face, you definitely want to make sure that the needles are pointing up.
Sure do. I would like to know how much gas is still in my car at any given moment. I may
You
have.
just run until you are restrained on the side of the road.
Okay. Scratch the back a little bit. Think it'll be alright though. It doesn't go over anything that looks important.
She says no.
I know. It's gonna end up later where I regret that. just a couple little circles in here. You just put a little bit of pressure on them. And it should disconnect the gauge. There we go. That one did. Woo! Alright, so now those are just gonna sit right there
while we replace the lights. Pop that guy off.
nice and easy like. Put it aside. Might clean mine in a little while, but I'm not gonna show you guys that. Alright, so I looked a little bit closer at some of the backs of our lights, and it looks like we could have rubbed this off, like this colored part off with acetone so the light shines through clearer. That's white, so I don't think we'll have to do it there. On the back of the speed gauge is colored, but I don't think we're gonna try and go through there. Probably just get a little bit different quality of light color coming out. For our lights, we've got a few bulbs that we're gonna replace. Looks like 9 of them, I think. So these big ones, and then a few of these littler ones. I think this is one of them. These two. These supposedly just twist out. So I guess we'll give it a shot. Oh.
Wow,
Way
we do.
easier. So we'll set those aside for now. Just go ahead and pull these little lights out so we know which parts we're replacing. Oh yeah, turn signal lights.
Oh, cool.
I guess it's all labeled. It's pretty cool. Found my check engine light. It's not on for once. It's amazing.
Voila.
I think that's all of them. This other one back here is for the LCD display, which I think I'm gonna leave for a minute, see how it looks, and then maybe I'll decide to change it. Probably wouldn't make a difference though, so. Okay. So now we got all our lights. We've got these are our LEDs. They're gonna be purple. I just got these on Amazon or something. You can find them pretty much anywhere. Just basic LEDs. And just switch them out, I guess. T5 LEDs.
The lights just twist out of the PCB. And then after that, the lights actually just pop right out of their little sockets. Maybe.
Maybe. We already broke one of them.
I can't get that one. Oh, there it is.
This one's gonna be difficult too. These lights have little plastic covers on them that look like tiny condoms.
Condoms. Tiny condoms. It makes me happy. So once you get the bulbs out, you're going to take the T5 LEDs and basically just slide them into the socket. And you really want to make sure that connection is solid.
Alright. Now we already put some of the other ones back in. We're just gonna put these other ones back in now. So,
and they do just kind of twist back in, same way you take them out.
just like that. Alright, so all of our lights are back in, hopefully in the right places. I guess we'll find out. But they should be pretty bright, so it probably won't even matter. So we can start putting everything together. But first, we're gonna do some painting, get everything clean and nice looking, and remove some other paint and, you know, so I'm gonna walk away for a second and gather my materials because I wasn't quite prepared. It's already in there where it should be. Everything's fitting nicely now. Just kind of took a little bit of jostling and fiddling, so be careful while you're doing that. Alright, so now we need to put the actual gauges back on. So we are going to do that very carefully, and definitely remember not to touch the needles. They are where they should be. So we're going to do this carefully. There's some holes in the back here that line up with these metal pins. And then we're just gonna go from there, I suppose. Let's see how well I can do this. Well, it actually wasn't that bad. Ever so carefully. Alright, there's one. Looks okay so far. Do the second. Fix these before I get started. Very delicate. I think that was the most stressful part of this whole thing. Next, we put the white back on. This should be pretty straightforward. Just line everything up. Press together. Yep. Make sure you get the center tabs so that the ones on the sides fit well. And you don't break anything. Make sure you get all 10. So now we can put our nice shiny new faceplate on. Not new, but repainted. Alright. Looks really nice so far. Now I need to grab another piece. Oh, there we go. This one we painted teal. So, give it a nice accent color. One day I'll make my rims this color too. So, same thing here, just slide the tabs back in. There should be 4 of them on this layer. Maybe 6. Alright, looking pretty good so far. Now we've got our nice clear faceplate, which I will take some Windex to later. Line up your trip reset stick. Pop the tabs back in. There we go. Got a little bit of paint drip, but I don't even think anyone will notice. There we go. That was a complete install. Thanks guys for watching. I hope you made it to the end of the video. We did a dash light switch from stock lights to some nice new colored LEDs. That was really fun. We kind of painted up the dash pretty too. So if you liked the video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up or leave us a comment below, and make sure you hit the subscribe button down in that corner right there, and have a great day.
Also like us on Instagram. We are Race Cars Are for Girls. Thanks for watching.